hoping this is good, but I don't know. Find out. Let's see. Messages. So basically, yep, pretty much just drinking. I should be watching the Knicks game, but first quarter just ended, so I'm just taking a little break, catching some sun, drinking some mead. I will say this. The Knicks definitely have a shot getting to the finals. They do have a shot of getting to the finals if they don't trip over themselves. Quite honestly, let's be honest. They take things for granted, like last year. They took a lot of things for granted. They thought they were going to go past into Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics, but they could not look past Indiana, and that was their own fault at that point. Carlisle, Rick Carlisle is a great coach, honestly. I mean, one might say it's like, well, wait, hold on, wouldn't you? Tibbs is a great coach as well too. Yes, I would not deny that, but Rick Carlisle knows he's a Hall of Fame coach, just like Popovich. Only difference between Popovich and Carlisle is Carlisle hasn't had the superstars that Popovich has had. He had David Robinson and Tim Duncan together. And then he had Tim Duncan and Parker. And then one might say, Ginobili was a star, but it was a great supporting role. Put it that way. And then, of course, he had Kawhi Leonard. I mean, if San Antonio, well, it might have been right for San Antonio what they did with exactly what they did with them, because the fact is, San Antonio letting them go, it even though Kawhi Leonard did win the championship with Toronto, helped them propel him to the championship. The problem is like he was injured since then, and San Antonio probably dodged the bullet, quite honestly. And without it, they probably never gotten Wembanyama, basically. Rick Carlisle. If I'm a Knicks fan, I would have had Rick. I wouldn't mind having Rick Carlisle as my coach. I would not having him as a coach of the New York Knicks. But I'll go with Tibbs. I mean, I think Tibbs has learned, but the thing is, he's overusing his players. Of course, he's going with the core seven as always, maybe core eight. I mean, quite honestly, you have PJ Tucker. So why not use PJ Tucker? To just essentially, be an enforcer type of person, basically. Payne as well too. I mean, if you guys are going to be in foul trouble, might as well just put him in there just for a couple 5 minutes, at least to foul out, or to cause foul or cause pain. Why not? I would. But you might be asking, what am I drinking? This is mead. Um, I forgot the name of the brewery, but it's on my channel. So in any case, yeah. Probably do more of these, quite honestly. Uh, now that I have two phones, I do have the Pixel 9 Pro, the Pixel 9 Pro, not the Pro XL, the Pixel 9 Pro. I'm pretty thoroughly impressed with the phone, quite honestly. I am thoroughly impressed with the phone. But in any situation, yep. You just watch me enjoying the sun, enjoying the weather, getting some sun, drinking some mead. That's pretty much it. Supposedly, if this channel were to get 10,000 subscribers, sorry, but if supposedly if this channel were to get 10,000 subscribers, I apparently would be able to stream, not stream, but at least have some copyrighted content in the background, at least, or show copyrighted content uncommented about it, like what I tried to do with F1, Formula One, but basically YouTube has decided to like ban it. Apparently, I don't know why, but okay. Even though I was commenting about like Formula One, they decided. So that's why any of my Formula One reviews of the races and such, I can't post the race on there. I can't show any of the footage or video clips because the last two times I did it, YouTube blocked me. I'm like, I was like, surprisingly, I was like, all right, fine. I will say this: it's time to lose the weight. And again, sorry, this live is just pretty much going to be boring. It's just going to be me sipping mead, not beer, mead. That's the biggest difference, mead. Unfortunately, you know what? I should go into my other phone and just look at the chat because I had the phone reversed, so I have no idea. I'm using the better camera on the old phone. I probably should somehow see if anyone's messaging me or whatnot. If there are, sorry, I don't see your messages. How do you your videos live? Oh, interesting. It doesn't show me the existing live one. That's interesting. Content. Live. Wow. Okay. So if there's a live going on, I can't see it on my other phone. Fascinating. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. I'll have to switch to my other channel. My crappy channel. Let's see. How do I see the live on that one? Oh, no content. I don't need dashboard. I need to see on this one. Apologies again. If there are any people on here, and they're okay. Here, actually, I see it. For Trompley Jonathan's. Okay, hey, sorry, I had to go on my other channel just to see my chats. It's stupid that you can't see it. I should move this. Are the Mets? You know what? I'm hoping they win tonight. Honestly, they are. Wait, who's pitching tonight? Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot to. I was just taking a break right now because I need to drink some mead. Who is pitching? Well, they're leading 3-1, so of course. Miguel, okay. You know, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna be. I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but Jeremy Hefner, I don't know what magic he works, but the fact that he's able to change the career trajectory of all these pitchers that pretty much sucked. It's Jeremy Hefner is doing whatever. Like everyone's going to say Mendoza, but I think the way Stearns when he hired Hefner, I mean, I don't know what he does. I don't know what magic he holds beyond him. Basically, quite honestly, he's got some amazing skills. I mean, like look what he did with Manea. Look what he did with Chisholm last year, and now Holmes, and of course McGill. I mean, McGill. Let's be honest, McGill is not a number one starter, but he's doing really well now. I mean, the fact that he kind of minimized his pitches and had him focus on two other pitches is pretty impressive. I'm not going to say he's a miracle worker, but if you're a pitcher that sucks or is like over 5 ERA and you're going to be, and maybe 2 years ago you were really great, maybe join the Mets, join Hefner, honestly. Look at McGill's strikeout totals. I mean, honestly, yeah, McGill. Like, I mean, honestly, from last year and the year before, McGill, I thought he was more of a mid reliever, not a starter. But like I said, Hefner, I don't know what kind of magic trick, or he's probably the what's it called, the pitcher whisperer per se. He's probably doing something with them basically because it's pretty impressive what he does. Which makes you wonder if DeGrom never left. Jacob DeGrom never left. Where would we be right now? I mean, quite honestly, he might be like lights out, under 1 ERA. Quite honestly, I have a feeling he would have been. And Stearns is I could see why now. He was highly regarded and highly sought after. He knows talent, and he knows how to build the talent. The farm system, I am going to say this, if I am very hopeful of the New York Mets farm system, because their farm system is really improved considerably from 4 years ago. Let's be honest about that. 4 years ago, their farm system was not that great. Their farm system now is far more better than it was 4 years ago, specifically with pitching. But again, I'll say this. The Mets starting pitching, you don't have a lights out or true number one starter. Yeah, you can say Senga, you can say Miguel, you can say Dave Peterson, etc., whatever it may be. But on any other team, they're not, like lights out number one pitcher. Let's be honest. I mean, Manea, he was a 4.0 ERA pitcher, and I mean, pretty much whatever, whatever basically, Hefner did. Try to see if there are any chats here. Whatever Hefner did, changed it. Metropolis, better team, Dodgers or Mets? As of right now, I hate to say this, but it has to be the Dodgers. The only reason why is because I think they have better pitchers than the Mets right now. They have better starters, and their bullpen is far more better than the Mets. Let's be honest about that. Looking at the bullpen between the Mets and the Dodgers, the bullpen is far more better on the Dodgers' end. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. If the Mets make the playoffs, they face the Dodgers against in the playoffs again, their offense could be great, but like the problem is the reason why the Mets have been winning a lot is because of their offense, and they've pretty much, I don't want to say overtaken, but more so they pretty much covered the deficiency of the Mets pitching, quite honestly. The fact that, Boston and the Yankees have shown that the Mets pitching is a weakness. And if the Mets offense is not kicking in, I mean, if you have a really great defense, then the Mets have problems at that point. So, I hate to say it, but, that's pretty much, I feel, right now, as of right now, between the Dodgers and Mets, I hate to say this, but the Dodgers do have a better uh, bullpen and maybe rotation as well too than the Mets. Granted, Hefner has worked his magic, but it's still the same. And let's be honest, the Mets defense not so great compared to the Dodgers. The other aspect is as well too. Let's put it this way: if the Mets offense is in a slump, it's not going to really help out. We're seeing it right now too. The Mets offense is in a slump, and you're seeing it basically at this point. That's the problem. If you have great pitchers on your end, as well as a great defensive fielding team, you pretty much can, pretty much minimize the Mets offense at that point, which is what Boston for the past couple of games, except for today's game so far, knock on wood, as well as the Diamondbacks and the Yankees have shown. Another aspect I'll say is this. Soto, it might not look like the Mets have gotten their money's worth when signing Soto, but I think that's going to all change by June and July, basically. Soto will wake up. I think he just needs to acclimate himself a little bit with the team and whatnot. I think he has to realize, Pete Alonso being behind him and, Lindor in front of him, that might affect things at that point. Do I think, well, let's put it this way. Did the Mets overpay Soto? I don't think so. I don't think they overpaid him. I think it made sense to sign him. I think it's more of a case where, the question is with Pete Alonso, it was great that the Mets signed him for 2 years, giving him an opt-out clause for 1 year. It gives Pete Alonso that drive to bet on himself, which is what's happening right now, right? Pete Alonso hitting those home runs and such that other teams are now looking at him like, okay, you know what? Maybe we do try to sign him. When he opts out, I'm for sure he's going to opt out after this year. He's looking for that big payday, but is he worth an Aaron Judge, Juan Soto type of money? No. Or Shohei Ohtani? No, he's not. He's not worth that kind of money. I'd say, but you know what? Pete Alonso, if there's no one in front of him or behind him, it doesn't matter at that point. I do say this, though. Nimmo is almost worth the money he's been signed for. Nimmo has been worth the money he's been signed for. Can the Mets get another true center fielder? Yes. I'm not going to be shocked or surprised by the trade deadline. The Mets signing a starter pitcher as well as a couple of relievers for the bullpen help, as well as maybe another bat. I will not be surprised if Stearns comes out, because this is, I don't want to say a make or break year, but this is pretty much what it comes down to. The Mets have to make the World Series at this point. They have to get past the Dodgers, Philadelphia, as well as Atlanta. And one thing was like, wait, what? Look, Philadelphia's on a hot streak. It was only a matter of time before they can become hot again, similar to Atlanta. Atlanta started out slow. It was only a matter of time before they became hot again. And lo and behold, they were maybe 2 games behind the Mets at this point for that second spot in the East, NLC East. And then, of course, you got San Diego Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Dodgers. The Cardinals are doing really well. I'm a little surprised how the Cubs are playing right now, but let's wait till July and see where the Cubs are at. It'd be very surprising. I mean, this is a case where the Cubs are a little bit more overestimated, I would say, more than anything else, but it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. I should be watching the Knicks game right now, but this is the best part. Having YouTube TV. I'm here temporarily. Blah, blah, blah. Not now. Got it. Watch on TNT. What the hell? Let's go live. And the Knicks are leading Indiana 60-56 with 2.5 minutes to go. Not a big thing. How are you able to watch Survivor, Knicks, and the Mets? I could see how Metropolis, how you can watch the Knicks on. Are you watching on the NBA TV app, and then the Mets on the MLB app, and then Survivor on TV or something like that? Oh, HD home run. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'll say this: I have MLB the app, and I'm paying it for free. Well, I don't pay anything for it because, quite honestly, it is T-Mobile. T-Mobile is paying for that, similar to like they're paying for my Netflix and they're paying for my Apple TV at that point as well too. So T-Mobile Tuesday, T-Mobile itself doing really well. And if you're not part of, I'm not promoting T-Mobile, but T-Mobile Tuesday has really been really good for me, quite honestly, for food as well as for tickets. In the past, T-Mobile Tuesday for movie tickets, I was able to watch HD or IMAX movies for $5. Looks like I can do that as well too. They actually have a $5 ticket for Mission Impossible, the new movie that's coming out this Friday, and they're going to apparently have one for the John Wick side movie, Ballerina. 4 monitors. Wow. Okay, that's pretty impressive. I don't have 4 monitors. I have 2 monitors, but I do have a TV though. So I am old school, as you see here. Basically, Gen Xer. So like I need my TV. Free printer as well too. Like I did get that free printer as well too. So I'm not denying that. If you got T-Mobile Tuesday, I'm assuming then you got MLB TV from there. In any case, this is one of those things where, like, I'll admit I haven't been watching as much of the Mets game as I should have. I did watch the Subway Series, of course. I wasn't too thrilled about it. Should I be watching the Boston Red Sox Mets game? I watched the first game. After that, I'm like, all right. I was not too big on it, but it's one of those things where I was a little concerned, per se, the fact that the Mets were on a losing streak. Hopefully, well, the reason why I'm stop making Mets videos is more so because the fact is the Knicks are in the playoffs. Quite honestly, I hate to say this, but I am a Knicks fan as well too. Just like I'm a New York Giants fan as well as a New York Islanders fan. The Knicks are in the playoffs. This is one of those rare times where the Knicks have a shot to get into to the finals. Will they win the finals? I don't know. It's kind of reminiscent of '94 and as well as '99. If they make the finals, great. But the problem is they need to win it. I'm hoping I could actually see the Knicks win a final, and get an NBA title while I'm alive. But who knows? Well, I'll be damned.